Now handling cache miss for a read operation. So let's start with a simple scenario where read miss bring back the block from the lower level memory. So as I explained, control unit detects a miss. Control unit requests the MMU to replace the cache line. MMU start transferring blocks into the higher memory. Then control unit is stalled. Once done, MMU issues done signal to the control unit. Control unit starts again from the memory read operation. So now it gets a hit, sure shot. But write is a little bit tricky. What write does, it incurs memory inconsistency. What does it mean? Let me explain a little more on that. Let's say your data block is in the cache, let's say L1 cache, okay? And as we expect, this block, content of this block is same throughout the hierarchies. Like same block, if you access in the L2, its contents is exactly same. And if you access from the main memory, its content is exactly same. So contents are in sync. That is our basic assumption, right? But if you write onto the block at the L1, that means immediately that block content become inconsistent with the lower levels of memory. L2 has a different content then, right? You are writing on the L1, so it's changing the L1 block content, where L2 and lower level memory RAM remains unchanged. That's the inconsistency occurrence. Now we can follow two different approach. One is called write through approach, where inconsistency is resolved at the write operation itself. That means not only we are writing on the L1 block or the block at the L1 cache, we are writing the same content to the L2 cache on the same block if present, okay? Of course, that statement is kind of wrong. Like if present means if a block is present on the L1, of course it will be present on the L2, as we know. So I'm taking back that statement. If the block present in L2, it will be always present in L2 and the memory, right? So L1 block I'm writing. At the same time, I'll write on the L2. At the same time, I'll write on the same block on the RAM at the main memory level. And the write back policy is that, of course, write through, you can imagine it will slow down the process. Like each time I'm writing onto a block on the L1, I am writing to the lower memory, which is slow operation. So the whole purpose of the cache is gone in that case. We are just doing the slow. Even if we think writing is done in parallel in L1, L2, and L3 and the main memory, its time it will take is the slowest time, which is at the main memory level, right? So write operation in even that case also, it will not have the benefit of having a faster memory at the top level. So Writeback try to address that problem, okay? So inconsistency is resolved at the block replacement time. The idea is this: well, I know my block is now inconsistent after the writing, but what I'll do, I will replace the block, or I'll copy the block when I am writing, when I'm replacing the block for resolving some cache miss. So you've seen in my previous lecture, like there can be situation when two blocks, different blocks are assigned into the same cache line, and in that case the old block get replaced with a new block. So in this write-back policy, when the block is written, it is not duplicated back immediately duplicated. It is not immediately duplicated back into the lower level memory, but we somewhat mark that block that, hey, if this block ever been replaced, we need to first write it back to the throughout the lower level of memories. Okay, and go on. So it basically takes advantage that I'm done just after writing the data into the cache at that block. Okay, now let's say some situation arise that block which has been written already and which is different than the lower level of the memories, same block. If that block needs to get replaced, first we do copy down or copy that block towards to the lower level hierarchy and then replace the block. That's the write back policy.